push button is high, just when push button is pressed, then we are checking that we are providing analog light to the LED 30. So it will glow at one brightness level. And if push button is not pressed, we are providing analog light 60, that is another brightness level. So this is a very small program. I will just simulate. You can see the waveform in the oscilloscope also and see the brightness of the LED also. So push button is not pressed and I am just pressing the push button. So small brightness is changed in the LED and the waveform you can see on the oscilloscope. Now I'm again releasing the push button. There is a small increase in the brightness of the LED and you can see simultaneously the waveform on the oscilloscope also. You can post the question if you have any question. If you can unmute your mic, you can directly ask the question, or else you can post on the chat also.
All participants are unmuted. Okay, if you want to say anything, you have to simply unmute yourself. Anyone wants to ask any questions, you have to unmute yourself.
I think someone has raised a hand earlier.
Kumaraswamy, sir, do you have any doubt? You have unmuted. Kumaraswamy. Any doubt from your side?
Rajat sir, you can carry on. I think it must be my mistake.
Yeah. I will just move to next exercise, and if you have any doubt, you can post. Okay, so next exercise was write a program to increase the LED, brightness of the LED from minimum to maximum and then maximum to minimum. So just we have to increase the value in the analog light in a loop and then decrease the value again in the loop. So I'm just quickly copying it. Okay, so we need only one LED component here. And code you can see there is a for loop here. For int I0 to 255 and I equal to I plus 5, and we are just putting a I value in the analog right. So first time it will get 0, then it will get 5, then 10, then it will increase up to 255 with a delay of 20 milliseconds. So you will see the brightness of the LED is increasing, and then after that it has increased to a maximum level, then it will come out of the loop, and then you can see the reverse loop, which is from 255 to 0, I equal to I minus 5, and then same thing analog light LED is I. So the brightness of LED will decrease now. So I'm just simulating it. I think you should be able to detect the brightness of LED. Okay, so if you do not have any doubt in this experiment, just going to the next experiment. Okay, so next experiment was write a program to increase the LED from minimum to maximum and sound of buzzer to maximum to minimum and then vice versa. So it is similar to question number 2, but here we have to use buzzer also, and the sound of the buzzer should be increased when the brightness of LED is decreased and vice versa. Okay. So just opening that. So you can see there are two components. LED and buzzer are connected to pin number 11 and 5. So just we have taken two variables I and j. We are just providing one brightness level to LED and other to the buzzer. So I have done this program using while loop, but you can use for loop also. That's not a problem. So initially we have used j equal to 255, and we are decreasing the j and providing in the analog write of the buzzer, and we are using the variable I, which is initially 0, and we are increasing it instead of decreasing and putting it the LED brightness. So you can see from here, from these statements, so brightness of the LED will increase and the sound of the buzzer will decrease. Okay, then in the second part, when it is completed, then we have reversed the process. I minus 5 and j is j plus 5. So just we have reversed the process of subtracting and adding. Otherwise, our code will be same. So I will just simulate it. So there is a voice, if you can hear, is increasing and decreasing along with the LED. So if you have any doubt, you can post in the chat. So I will go to next exercise now. So next exercise was automatic fan speed controller using TMP36, TIP120 transistor and the gear motor. So this means the fan is attached to the motor, and we have to use the three speeds of the fan according to the temperature. So temperature thresholds are 10 and the 40, and if it is below 10, then the speed of the fan will be minimum, and it is between 10 and 40, that it will be in the medium speed. And if temperature is above 40, then the fan will be at high speed. Okay, so I will just go through the circuit here. Okay, so here you can see we have connected the LED also, but that's not needed in that experiment. Someone is raising hand. If you have any question, you can ask.
Dr. S. Venkateswarlu sir, you can unmute. Venkateswarlu sir, you can unmute. Dr. Venkateswarlu sir, you have raised the hand. Any doubt? Please unmute yourself. Sir, please. You can ask the question, sir. You have unmuted. You can ask the question. Venkateswarlu sir, do you have any doubt from your side? Okay, carry on, sir. He has muted again. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so for this experiment, 4 components are needed. One is the temperature sensor, as we have earlier done. Other 3 components are transistor, motor, and the battery, which we have done it yesterday. So this is the same DC motor. So what we are doing here, we are changing the speed of the motor according to the out temperature. So this LED is not rated. This is just extra connection here. Okay. So here you can see the code, and I will just delete the LED so that there should not be any confusion here. So this is the actual circuit. So we have used the same code for the temperature sensor and this pin number, and we have just used a fan in the form of DC motor. So we just directly come to the loop. These are the statements which we have yesterday used for the measuring the temperature according to the data sheet we have seen. And then after that, we are just checking the temperature. If temperature is greater than 40, then analog right fan, this is working at the full speed. And if the temperature is between 10 and the 40, then analog right 180. And if the temperature is less than 10, then analog right fan at 80. So it will change the speed from maximum, medium, and slow. Okay. So I will just start the simulation here. So you can see here the RPM is currently 83, 84. It is in the middle range right now. As we see, you can see the temperature is 24.71. And this, I am increasing the temperature from the slider. The rotation speed of the motor will also increase. So now it is above 40. You can see that rotation speed of the motor is now 117 RPM. Okay. And now just again I will decrease the speed. Now it is between 10 and 40. So again the speed has decreased to the 84, 85 like this. Now I'm decreasing it below 10. So it is currently giving temperature as minus 21. So you can see the rotation speed of the motor. It has decreased to 38 RPM, and you can see the rotation also. You can see with the temperature, the speed is increasing and decreasing. So if anyone is having any doubt, you can ask now, and I will share this solution in the Google Classroom also.
So for today, we don't have any assignment like this. Basically not experiment wise, but today what you have to do is you have your respective groups, right? So group wise, you have to think of an real time application idea, like project idea. You have to think of it, and you have to make it using the simulation. It should cover all the aspects which we have covered. Like it should cover the actuator interfacing, sensor interfacing, cloud computing. All these things should be covered in your application. And on that, I think you may get around 5 minutes for your presentation, including demonstration. Demo plus presentation, each group will get 5 minutes. And based on that, your assessment will be taken.
So you can do this project in group wise, and we will have a presentation accordingly.
Chandrasekhar sir and Badri sir, is it fine now?
Yes, yes, it's fine.
Okay. No, you have to give the assignment today. They have to exhibit tomorrow before valedictory, and then we have to
And
go for
also
validation.
Starting of the lecture, we'll give the demonstration of some products which we have.
Otherwise, shall you give any problem like real-time application like for every group?
Group wise, they themselves have to think of any idea, and based on that, they can make a project.
It is up to them for every group.
Yeah, for every group wise they can do.
Sir Badri sir.
Yeah, Chandrasekhar, it's fine. I think so many problem statements are available on net also. Just we can browse it. Okay. Yeah, either you can do whatever that is available, but if you feel that why again to reuse the same thing for the same thing, what best we can make as an addition for it, right? If it is already an existing idea with the knowledge whatever you have learned these 3 days, try to do that so that at least we have the satisfaction that we have improved whatever that is available there on the net. And like how Rachit is giving a demo with the circuit and the code, tomorrow you can give a demo. And if your team is active, you can just have a presentation, record it, and you can show it also. We will upload it in our workshop YouTube channel. Okay.
Yeah, that is.
So because unlike other FDPs where we have outcome-based education, research methodology, there we are going for 20 questions or 30 questions at the end on the last day for assessment. But this entire FDP itself is a hands-on approach of basically using the tools either related to cloud computing or the Tinkercad. So it is better that the assessment will be integration of all the concepts, whatever they have learned. Whatever the idea you may be doing, it may be minute, but try to integrate all the concepts, whatever you have learned. That gives a satisfaction that at least we have some outcome at the end of the 5 days, right? So meanwhile, if you need any help or anything else, just in the WhatsApp group, you can drop a message. Chandrasekhar, I think that if they struck at any point, if they select some problem statement and anything, just give some assistance for them so that tomorrow afternoon they can give some demo. I think always the best guru for us is Google is always providing a solution for us. But in addition to that, we have also few faculty, and beyond that, if anyone need the help, I think in the WhatsApp group tomorrow morning, Rachita or Manasi will at least respond. If there are any queries while implementing the idea, we can give some assistance for them through WhatsApp group.
Yeah,
my request to all the participants is you have to interact group wise today at a convenient time. You have to make an interaction using a Zoom meeting, arranging a Zoom meeting or so for half an hour. Okay, then discuss what we have to do. Then you have to do the work based on your discussion and make ready for one project like a mini project like outcome we are going to expect from you from every group.
See, students means they need 3 days, 4 days like that to do any small idea implementation IoT. I think we are all professionals, and This sort of thing doesn't need more than 1 hour for anyone. Only thing is try to show as much innovativeness as possible, right? That means the test cases, whatever that you are trying to implement. Okay. In general, we will pose many questions. What happens if this is, say, if you find out A by B, if B is 0, what happens? Now it is up to you. Okay. What happens if this condition arises? That you try to implement, even though it may be a small problem statement, but try to take care of all possible test cases and see to that some sort of innovativeness is there in that project, right? All of you think actually even 1 or 2 people also can do that. You have a team of 4 to 5 people. First get the idea by browsing some problems, and then obviously you can go through it. Yeah, I think
Okay.
any questions? Otherwise, just we can end the session. Regarding implementation of any small idea by tomorrow, or any other questions from the participants, you can have it. But tomorrow you have to demonstrate, and that will become the assessment for FDP completion certificate.
One simple application is sufficient from each group. We need 9 different applications. Okay, we have to allocate 5 minutes time for each to give a presentation on that in tomorrow's session, last session. Okay, any doubt or any clarifications? Please unmute your mic and ask. Otherwise, we have to go. We have to end this session of this day.
Let us make the WhatsApp group more active for next 1 day. I think I want to see more questions or more exchange of ideas between the team members. If somebody identified one idea, post it in the WhatsApp group. Yes, I got an idea. I am implementing the control of the motor based on the temperature, room temperature, right? If you post it like that, obviously what happens is first come first serve. Some other who wants to do the same thing, they can skip it and go to the other one, right? So let us have an active discussion in the WhatsApp group, and by posting your problem statement or any issues, right? If you have finished, obviously, if you successfully implemented it by 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, post that also, which is an inspiration for others also to complete it. I think we can end the session, right?
Okay. The feedback form will be shared in the chat and as well as in the WhatsApp group also. All of you have to give the feedback. Thank you, Manasi, for giving a very informative session on IoT protocols. Even I have certain doubts related to MQTT and MQTT broker. Okay, very informative session. This is related to this. Today it is a mix of both theoretical as well as hands-on. Okay, thank you all the Rachit, Manasi, and Nadir. Okay, for arranging this session.
Thank you so much.
Okay. The feedback form is shared in the chat. I request all the participants to fill that, and I request all the participants to involve actively in creating an application by using the knowledge gained so far for the last 4 days. Okay, thank you. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
Badri sir, shall we end it? End the meeting?